I'm at the Living Books Library in Virginia talking with Liz Cottrill and Emily Kiser. We want to talk a little bit about their library and how it works. So maybe if you're interested in starting one, you would have some ideas of what you might be in for. Right? You have about 18,000 books here now. And how long did it take you to collect that many? Any ideas?
How long has it been?
We started intensively collecting about 13 years ago, I think.
Okay.
It's had periods of exponential growth, but we've kept it more to the trickle level in recent years because we can't get a bigger house.
Oh, yes. And you're using every square inch just about here that you have. So how does your living library work? Can anybody just call you up and say, I want a book? How does this work?
No, that's a little too terrifying. So we are a private lending library, so you have to pay a membership fee for the year, which we keep very affordable for homeschool families who generally don't have a lot of extra money. But you can use books for most of your subjects and save a whole lot on curriculum. So we are open set days during the month. And once you're a member, you can come any day that we're open during the hours that we're open, and there's no limit on how many books you can check out at a time, which is good news for a lot of those young, voracious readers that we have.
Yes.
We mostly serve people in the Southwest Virginia, Northeast Tennessee region, and we have about 50 families. They do have to go through an application process. We try to only loan to homeschooling families. And any other particulars?
We do a background check,
Security deposit, blood
a little
test,
bit. We do ask for references.
And if it's not somebody who's been recommended by someone who's participated in our library before, we will call those and make sure that, have they borrowed anything from you? Did you get it back? So.
Well, it makes sense because some of these books are irreplaceable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's scary to me to think of them going out the door with anybody. So kudos to you for actually trusting people to bring them back.
Well, we had the same fears, and I remember talking to a librarian in Michigan who had started one. She was also a daughter of the library we belonged to. She started hers after belonging, and we were telling her our fears, and she said, I just don't worry about that. So these ladies who come and check out books have become my best friends, and we just could not imagine that we would get to that point. But it is so true. And we find that the paying a membership fee makes them serious about using it, but also take value and ownership and responsibility for what they are borrowing from us. And we have had very, very few problems. And I don't think we've ever had a problem with someone not replacing a book that they lost.
Right. But it's a commitment that they make. And in addition to that, after we've invited them to be in the library, we give them a policy letter, which outlines all the responsibilities they will have and how we expect the books to be cared for and treated while they're in their home and as they bring them back and forth. And because some of them are a little more fragile, and we want them to last for many, many children, so we do all we can to preserve and protect them.
That's a wise idea. What's the farthest a family drives, do you know, to come to your library?
About an hour each way. We usually have one or two patrons every year that are traveling that distance.
Wow.
We've had some travel further, but we have several libraries in this area now that have sprung up, kind of satellites to ours. So
That's
that is making it better. Yes, it's Emily's goal from the beginning was that we would do work to besides running our library, to see that there was a library in every county in America. But we also know now of one that has been started in Australia and a couple other foreign countries.
How exciting.
And several in Canada, for sure.
Okay, so you're in Virginia. People who do not live near you, how can they find out if there is a Living Books library near them?
Well, the ones that I know about, I have a list on our website, livingbookslibrary.com, and so you can check and see. But I know there are others that are in the works that maybe aren't fully operational or don't even know we're not all connected. And so I think there are still more out there. So if any of your listeners have a library or are willing to lend their books in a more formal capacity, even if they're not all labeled and barcoded like ours are, I'd be happy to put their names on our website.
That'd be great.
Yes, so all the books have a barcode in them, and they're all in a database in our computer so that when people check in and check out books, they're scanned so we know who has which books. And they get to have them for a month. That's our policy, but different libraries have different ways of operating, and so they're about as unique as all the different families that homeschool.
That's wonderful.
But we also have a Yahoo group of ladies that are interested in building libraries, opening libraries, and we can discuss questions and worries and concerns about books, about lending books, and all kinds of topics that are involved in having a homeschool library there.
So if people want to get in touch with you to learn more about how to find a library or how to start their own library, use the contact form on your website.
Yes, and actually a lot of that information is on our page called The Library. We have a little video that gives a tour and walks around to the kinds of books we have. I believe there is also the address for that Yahoo group Mom mentioned.
Okay.
So yeah.
And that's at livingbookslibrary.org or .com. livingbookslibrary.com.
We also have had a library conference. It's been about 6 years now. We had 25 ladies from all over the country, Washington, California, Texas, Kansas, and out here, out east. And we recorded that conference, and we have a couple of videos about how to repair books and about the library in general and its history and so on. And that's a package that anyone can purchase from our website as well.
It's also at livingbookslibrary.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for making this service available and for sharing with other people so we can spread these great living books. We want to give the children the best. And so let's make these living books available. Let's save them from being obliterated. Let's try and rescue them and make them available for the next generation.